You're not losing because of your strategy. Your strategy isn't the problem. Your win rate isn't the problem. You are the problem. And I say that with love because I was the problem too. I had a solid setup, clear rules, backtested data, and I still blew accounts. Today I'm going to tell you exactly why. The real diagnosis. Most traders are addicted to system hunting, new indicator, new time frame, new Discord server, and new mentors. And every time they buy a course or switch strategies, there's this little rush, this feeling that this time it's going to be different. But the losses keep coming, month after month. Why? Because they are solving the wrong problem. Here's a truth that nobody in the trading industry wants to say out loud. The strategy is almost never the issue. A basic support and resistance setup traded with discipline can make you consistently profitable. But that same setup in the hands of someone who can't control their emotions, blown account. The market is brutally simple. Buy low, sell high. Cut losses, let winners run. Every trader knows these rules. So why don't they follow them? Because knowledge and behavior are two completely different things. The mirror metaphor. I want you to think of the market as a mirror. Not a chart, not a game, a mirror. Every single trade you take reflects something back at you. When you move your stop loss because you have a feeling, the market is showing you your relationship with being wrong. When you close a trade 10 pips early, the market is showing you your fear of losing what you have. When you have when you revenge trade after a loss, the market is showing you your ego, your desperate need to prove yourself right. The chart never lies. It always tells you exactly who you are under pressure. I remember sitting at my desk after a particularly bad week. I'd taken 6 straight, technically valid entries, all of them. But I moved 2 stop losses, exited 3 early, and doubled my position on the last one because I needed to make it back. And guess what? That last trade wiped out 3 weeks of profit in one afternoon. The strategy didn't do that. I did that. And here's the painful part. I knew the rules, I had written them down, I had the trading plan sitting open in another tab while I was breaking every single rule on it. The gap between knowing and doing, that gap is psychology. The gap between knowing the rules and actually following them, that gap is psychology. Sorry, guys. The race car driver. The real edge isn't the car, the real edge is the driver. There's an analogy I keep coming back to. Imagine taking the fastest Formula One car ever built, the most aerodynamically advanced machine on earth, and handing it to someone who panics on the highway, someone who taps the brakes every time they see a sharp corner coming, someone who overcorrects when the back end starts to slide. The car isn't the issue, the driver is. Now put a calm, focused, mentally trained driver in that same car. Someone who's done the mental work. Someone who trusts their training when everything is moving at 300 kilometers an hour. Same card. Completely different results. You can have the most edge-rich strategy in the world. If the person executing it is running on fear and ego, this strategy will fall apart under live market conditions because live trading is nothing like backtesting. The money is real because it's yours. The losses hurt, the wins feel addictive, and your nervous system responds to all of it. So, the real edge isn't the car, the real edge is the driver. Same here. The real edge isn't the strategy, the real edge the real edge is you as a trader. What you should actually work on. So what does it look to actually work on your mindset? not in a fake motivational poster way, but practically. First, journaling beyond just your trade results. I've shared a trading journal in my private Telegram. Most traders journal their entries and exits. That's fine, but start writing why you felt the need to deviate from your plan. I moved my stop because I didn't want to be wrong. That sentence is worth more than any indication or indicator setting that you have on. You're building self-awareness about your patterns, and once you can see a pattern, you can start to interrupt it. Second, understand your relationship with money. This is deep, but it matters. If you grew up in a household where money was scarce, where it was tied to survival stress, that's going to affect how you hold a trade. You might close winners too early because unconsciously holding on feels dangerous, and I know a lot of you guys have this fear. You might revenge trade because losing money triggers something primal in you. These aren't trading problems, they are psychological ones that show up in trading. Otherwise, you wouldn't have those problems. I'm sorry, guys. Third, build a pre-trade routine. Before you open a chart, ask yourself, am I calm? Did I sleep? Am I trading from a place of clarity or from a place of wanting to make something happen? The quality of your mental state before you sit down is directly correlated with the quality of your decision making in the session itself. And fourth, and this is the hardest one, stop measuring your progress only by profit and loss. Start measuring your progress by how closely you followed your own rules. A losing trade where you execute it perfectly is a better outcome. So write this down. A losing trade where you execute it perfectly is a better outcome than a winning trade where you got lucky while breaking your rules. Because one builds a sustainable career, the other builds a dangerous habit. Before you buy another course, ask yourself, when did I last work on my mindset with the same seriousness I work on my setups? As last, guys, the traders will make it long term. The ones still here for 5, 10 years later. They're not smarter than you. They don't have a better strategy than you. The difference is almost and always this. They've done the inner work. They've built a self-awareness to recognize when their emotions are driving. And they've built the systems to hand the wheel back to their logical mind. The market will keep being a mirror for as long as you trade. Every session is going to show you something about yourself. The question is whether you're willing to look at what it's showing you. Drop the word mirror in the comments if this resonated with you. I want to know how many of you recognize yourself somewhere in this video. And I wish you good luck. Work on your mental. There are 2 more videos about the psychological part of trading coming upcoming week. And hella love. I'm dropping my other social in the link. Also, my free Telegram is linked in my Twitter's bio. So yeah, stay safe, guys. Hella love.